Hey everyone, gonna do a nice gentle practice to do a good release in the hips and the low back. We're gonna use a couple of blankets, so you might want to gather those. And we're gonna start on our hands and knees in this lovely cat-cow movement just to get an initial release through the spine. So we come onto our hands and knees. You can have your toes curled under or back, or toes pointed back, whatever you like. And as you're ready, just tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone around your spine. Inhale, lift your tailbone and chin and arch the spine. Start to follow your own breath rhythm. Just feeling this nice movement through the spine. This arching and rounding. You'll notice some places a little sticky, and then some places move quite easily. See if you can bring some equanimity into the movement. So it's a nice, even, steady through the spine. Let's take a few more. Notice with the repetition, the body just opens up a little bit more. A little more ease of that movement. Taking one more pulse. You keep going if that's feeling good. Just coming to stillness, and we're going to start in our first shape, in the child's pose shape. So the child's pose shape, it's really nice to have a blanket that you can sit on a little bit. It really supports the hips. Sitting, that's not comfortable for you. You can have the blanket forward, but I find that you can get a much deeper release when it's under the hips a little bit, sort of your pelvis sitting on that. And then coming forward and bringing your head down onto the second blanket. You might have your head turned to the side if that's more comfortable. Okay, so if it's not comfortable in your hips to sit like this, you could put more lift underneath the hips, or you could take both knees to one side, and then you would be just sitting in this kind of a shape, okay, a forward twist shape. So coming into the child's pose with a forward twist, whatever feels best for you. And if you can have your forehead directly down, it's really nice because it's very quieting for the mind. The child's pose is this beautiful release through the hip joints, low back. You're going to feel it's like a big yawn here in the hips and the low back. So we're going to just take 3 breaths here to give a nice deep release. And as you feel the letting go of the breath, and just invite the body to let go a little bit more. So nice deep inhale. And then long exhale. Nice deep inhale. Long exhale. One more nice deep inhale. Long exhale. Settle into your breath. Let all of your attention, your awareness go to your breath. And you get us a nice, gentle inner rocking with your body. Each time your mind wanders, as it will, happens for all of us, you're good company. Each time it wanders, just gently bring it back. Pay attention to this breath, this breath. All else fade away. Your awareness to this breath. Just 3 more. That slow, steady rhythm of your breath. Keep the breath nice and slow and steady. relaxation response in the body. Softening the muscles. Deeper release. You're welcome to linger here. Or as you're ready, we're just going to do a little adjustment. We're going to take our right leg back behind us and come into this half frog shape where we have our left knee out to the side, and the blanket can come underneath it, and the right leg is going out behind us. And then we can turn our head towards the knee, or your lower leg can go out a little bit or hug in. And then just resting here, feeling more opening through that left hip joint. This opening. Also feeling in the low back probably. There's a nice release. So there's no strain anywhere. Adjust your shape so it's more comfortable for you. And that might mean putting something underneath your chest, an extra blanket or cushion. Just tuning into your breath, and we'll take those nice long exhales to get more release. Body. Inhaling. And let it go. And let it go. Inhale. Sigh out. Awareness now to this breath. Wanders 100 times, no worries. Look at we train the mind as much as we train the body. Wanders 100 times, 101 times. Bring the awareness back to the breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Some steady rhythm. Gentle inner rocking. Whole body. You might choose to linger here, or as you're ready, we're going to switch sides. So you'll simply extend the left leg, bring that blanket around to the right, and now your left leg stays extended, and your right knee comes up to rest on the blanket. And you can move that knee nice and wide. You can take it up higher or lower. You can widen your lower leg. Just play with it so it feels comfy in your body, that you're getting a nice opening through, especially the right hip joint. Sometimes it can feel nice to put a little extra support under the other hip joint, the left hip joint in this case. The leg is not bent. But as you settle into your shape here, your head turned towards your knees, probably most comfortable. For some of you, you might want to turn your head away from your knee, just getting a little twist through cervical spine if that feels comfortable for you. Bonus in the shape. And then we'll take those 3 breaths and really be aware of releasing the breath, of that sense of letting go. Often that's the hardest part of the breath. We tend to want to hold on. But you get a wonderful clearing of toxins with each exhale. So really allowing the breath to release, clearing the toxins and getting a deeper release in the body. So inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm exhaling through the mouth so you can hear me a little better. It can be really helpful to get that sense of letting go when you exhale through the mouth. We're going to do one more. Inhale. Maybe even sigh it out. Just find your natural rhythm of breath. So if you were sitting beside the ocean and you were hearing that rocking of the ocean wave up on the shoreline, imagine that as this ocean wave of breath that's flowing in and out your body. Each time a distraction comes up, no worries. Gently coming back to your breath. Each time you do, your attentional focus gets stronger. Your ability to focus as you choose on this breath gets a little stronger each time you return. No worries when it wanders. It's your opportunity to strengthen your ability to focus. Pay attention to what's important for you. This breath. For 3 more. Your awareness resting on this breath. If your awareness was even being rocked by the breath. And then lengthening both legs behind you. You can take a moment, just bend your knees and take your lower leg side to side. If your knees are wider, you'll feel that going a little bit more into the hip joints. And it can feel like a nice yawn. The hips and the low back. And then when you're ready, certainly continue as you like. Just pressing on up. I'm going to turn around. Place a larger blanket now under our knees. And that's going to be as wide as you need it to be. I'm going to take mine a little bit wider because we want to have our knees nice and wide. So my legs are supported, my knees are wide, and then I'm going to bring this other blanket in front. And we're just going to do a gentle forward fold. So as you fold forward, we're going to rest our elbows somewhere. I'm going to pull my blanket up a bit more. Rest your elbows on that second blanket, or just be on your leg somewhere, so that your palms, that can feel nice even just to warm up the palms a little. Rest your face in your palms. So we're really supported here. With our face resting in our palms. It's also very quieting for the mind to do this. And while we're in this shape, our knees are wide, so we are continuing to explore the ends of the hip joints, opening space in there. We'll take our 3 breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Exhale. One more inhale. Maybe sigh it out. Find your natural breath rhythm. Tune into your breath. Anchor your awareness into your breath. This seated forward shape can be a little more demanding on the body. So if you feel any sensation that's really calling your attention, you might need to shift your body a little bit. Maybe come up a little and have a little bit more support. You can imagine that breath, that beautiful, long, slow breath, is going right into whatever sensation you're feeling. That will really help to calm the area, quiet sensation. If it doesn't happen, then shift your body. It's really about opening up the body, about calming, relaxing the muscles, opening up through the joints. You might be into the shape a little too deeply, so just come up a little higher. Find your breath and tune into that nice, steady, easy rhythm, that gentle inner rocking. Just for a few more breaths. As you complete your next exhale, slowly rising up. So now we're going to come to lay in sweet Shavasana. Favorite pose of, I think, just about everybody, including myself. So our blanket for our head, or if you have a pillow or something you're using, just goes down there. We come to lay at our back. Sure, that blanket goes right to your shoulders, and then just tuck it around your neck and your head. So you've got lots of support there. Let your legs go wider than your hips. Just feel where your hips are. And turn your tailbone towards your heels so you get a little more length at the base of your spine. Let your legs go wider than your hips. And just experiment with where you like the arms. It can be nice to have a hand on belly and hand on chest. It might feel nice to open up like a star. With your arms wider than your shoulders, overhead, or by your side. So choosing whatever feels best for you. And then we'll do those 3 exhales, but let's let our exhale be really long. Like this beautiful soft wind that is just flowing out of your body, carrying out with it anything you're ready to release and let go. So inhaling through your nose. And then long exhale through your nose or through your mouth, really long exhale, just letting go. Through your nose. Long exhale. One more. Deep inhale. Maybe side out. Beautiful. And coming into your natural breath now. As we use different shapes to open the body, to release the tension, to soften, relax the tight muscles. As we dipped into the joints, let's now maybe feel that spaciousness within the body. As we rest here a moment, just through the whole pelvic area, the pelvic bowl, can you imagine the spaciousness in there? Now to imagine a spacious blue sky and then bring that image into the pelvic bowl. Imagine that spacious blue sky and imagine the space inside your hip joints, the hip sockets, through the hip joints, even into the bone. More space in there than substance. Maybe imagine the best you can, or even the thought of the spacious sky filling the hip joints. Imagine the space through the low back, the space between the vertebrae. Space inside each vertebra. So if you could breathe that blue sky into the bones, just opening the space between each cell. Imagine that blue sky that fills the pelvic bowl and the hips and the lower back, just radiates out to fill your whole body. As we rest here, imagine that spacious sky fills your whole body. So that spaciousness within. Sense and feel the spaciousness, that breath, that beautiful, slow, steady rhythm of breath, as if it were a soft wind that just flows through the space. Sense of being as spacious as the sky. Soft wind flows freely through the space. You might enjoy resting here. This feels complete for you. Just bend your knees and give them a nice hug. Well-deserved hug at this time of taking care of your body. If you're ready, roll to your side and come on to seated. Just take a moment here and seated, just to notice a little inner reflection, what it feels like in your body and your mind. That sense of spaciousness within. One more breath together, nice deep breath in. And let it go. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. Namaste.